Good morning, sports fans.
Good day.
We are live at Graue Chevrolet here on Kickapoo Street. Joe Ryan, Scott Kirby, Jake Johnston, Lloyd Kirby, Jim Ash with you this morning. And
we're talking Chevrolets.
We're talking.
I'm excited. You see that 100-year
That is a
truck out there?
car. No, I didn't see it. That's a beautiful car right there. That car is beautiful.
What is that, like an Impala?
Did you see the Chevy Silverado out there, 100th anniversary pickup truck?
No, I must have missed it.
That is beautiful.
No, I
Really?
didn't see it.
Oh, are you kidding me?
No, I must have came in the other way.
Can't miss it.
Hey, he's preoccupied today. If you look to your left,
Yes.
Joe, scoot back.
Archie's in the house.
We got company.
Archie's taking a little break. Don't bother him.
I should have brought Mags.
Is that thing breathing?
Yeah, he's all right. You leave him alone.
I should have brought Maggie
Don't
with
look at
me.
him. Don't stare at him.
It's dog setting day in the Ryan household. He couldn't walk him up, so he had to put him in his
I didn't
little
want to stick him in that
backpack.
cage.
I tell you what, my pup, his sister, enjoys the backpack rides. So
It's unbelievable. He'll get right in and go.
You guys are unbelievable.
it's a good time.
It is unbelievable.
I mean,
Well, I don't want to jab him in that cage.
I guess Jim's a dog guy, but I
know.
mean, his won't fit in a cage. He actually gets
well,
to
they
walk
would.
his.
Depends how big the cage is. He can pull a truck up here.
You know, the funny thing is, my little one is dominating the household, and my big old 100-pound Doberman
Is doing what he's told.
He's just doing what he's told. And last night, the little Mag, she goes over there and she lays down on his 4-foot by 4-foot bed and looks at him like, "Go lay down." So he goes over to this 1.5 by 1.5 bed and lays down on it.
And you allow that?
I thought it was hilarious. My wife
It is
thought it was
funny.
not funny. She didn't want him dirtying up her little
That's a pillow for him.
pillow. Yeah,
That's a pillow.
Poor dog.
This guy loves to travel.
Hey guys, it's March Madness, and it is madness.
It is madness. Holy.
Do you have a perfect bracket? I don't think so.
No, there's
and
no
if you
perfect
do,
brackets.
if you do have a perfect bracket, kudos to you.
If you called that upset last night, you're
I
on
mean,
top
there's
of
been
it.
several upsets.
Sure.
Buffalo, they beat
Arizona.
Arizona. A lot of people had them in the Final Four, or some people may.
They look so bad. Arizona looks so bad.
They looked like they were taking them for granted, didn't it?
Yeah.
How about
The Buffalo Bulls? I like
Buffalo Bulls? Is it the Bulls?
that. Yeah. I think the Bulls can take on those
Wildcats.
Wildcats from Kentucky and win.
See, that's what a lot of people are doing here. What mascot can beat up the other mascot? So
I like it.
Virginia, what are they, like the Musketeers?
Cavaliers.
Cavaliers, yeah.
UMBC, what's their mascot? Do we know?
I don't know that one.
Whatever it is, it must be like
It's like a Tyrannosaurus.
a Tyrannosaurus Rex, because they just demolished them.
Just shoot them up and spit them out.
Yeah, that's fun stuff right there.
Problem out front.
Timeout.
Somebody's got.
They're
Somebody's
stealing a car.
Well, there goes one. That's one way of doing it.
I tell you what, just file the insurance claim, you're good.
Yeah, that's one way of getting a new car. Just steal it. Let's see some other upsets, guys. Like we just mentioned, Buffalo beats Arizona, and a local upset. Maybe not quite an upset because a lot of people had them winning. Loyola Chicago beating up Miami.
I tell you what, that was the most predicted upset.
Yeah, I mean a lot of people.
I think of all time.
Yeah. And now they're going to take on a Tennessee team today that's very long, very athletic. But Loyola plays solid defense. They can score.
They got a good team.
They got a good team. Porter Moser, good coach.
He used to be at ISU.
Yeah, Greg had him. Greg had him as a coach at ISU.
I'm not going to say that Loyola can't pull that one off as well.
Yeah, I can see it. Speaking of ISU, another coach from ISU was Chris Jans. He took New Mexico State. They played yesterday. They played Clemson. They get beat by Clemson, but, another Illinois State product
all
right there.
All these degrees of separation from Greg Alexander.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Greg, none of these people
would be there.
Yeah. Just going down through some other games as far as upset-wise. Let's see, nothing really there. Syracuse, they beat, they played one of the play-in games, and then they come back and followed up with a victory over TCU. So I guess you
was
can
that really a
kinda
big
consider-
upset though? I mean, they
Not
have
really.
pretty similar
Yeah.
records coming into it,
And Syracuse, they've been there. You know,
Yeah.
they're no, Jim Boeheim. He's been Syracuse for
now they got to take on, who they taking on next?
Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State. Okay.
Who I have winning it all.
Oh
So,
boy.
Yeah.
All right.
They looked good yesterday, but how about the threes Bucknell threw down at the end and got right in
Yeah,
the thing?
I
They were
know.
throwing up bombs.
You know, a
and they
lot
all
of
went
these
down.
games that work. You look at halftime and it's a 2 or 4 point game. And you're like, oh boy. But
Point spreads have been a big factor in these games too.
Oh, I bet.
If you're a betting person out in Vegas, so
Marshall, they beat Wichita State. That's a 13/4. Alabama, they beat a Virginia Tech team, which that wasn't really an upset. They were just a lower seed. But yeah, very exciting right now. If you're a big basketball fan, another full slate of games today. We mentioned earlier Loyola Chicago. They're going to take on Tennessee this afternoon. It's fun, and with all these upsets, it just kind of, I don't want to say weeds out the other teams, but maybe these upper seeds have a little easier road now to get to the Final Four. Like a Kansas State.
How about that? I
them
thought that was a
beating-
fun win.
That was a fun win against a tough, solid Creighton team.
Yeah.
And now they could move on. They're playing UMBC. A lot of people maybe had Kansas State winning one game. They got the possibility of winning two.
I think Virginia's going to tell you don't look past UMBC.
Well, yeah, but
I
that's
mean,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
Nobody expected UMBC to be there, which why would you? It's never happened in the history of March Madness, a 16 beating a 1. And then you got Kentucky taking on a solid Buffalo team. Kentucky's young. Anything can happen there.
And that's one thing. Calipari has always got his players playing.
He's got them playing. He's got them playing well. But the inexperience, Buffalo's got some senior leadership on there. That's another team that wasn't expecting. They're a 13 seed. They beat a 4 seed. And
I like that name.
Now they're going to be
Buffalo
taking a
Bulls.
5 seed. A Buffalo
The
Bulls.
Buffalo Bulls.
So that could be an interesting game as well. And, before you know it, Kansas State, they can be in the Elite 8. If it all turns out, old Bruce Weber.
Weber's going to shine. I hope he
Weber's
gets there.
gonna shine. Yeah, and
He's a good guy.
yeah, he is a good guy. What makes him a good guy, Joe?
I know his son-in-law.
Oh yeah, who's the son-in-law?
Son-in-law works for Country.
Oh yeah, is he a buddy?
He's a buddy of mine.
Oh yeah.
Hope he gets
makes that list.
Hope he gets out there. I was looking for him in the game yesterday, but I didn't see him. There were like 3-4 rows of no one behind the Kansas State bench. There was no one out there at those games. I don't know why.
Where's that at? That's in Boise. That's probably why. No, that's when
No, it wasn't.
Charlotte.
Boise was packed.
That was in Charlotte.
Yeah. Probably nice weather and everybody's outside golfing
Oh yeah.
with their buddies.
Were you golfing yesterday?
No, it was nice weather here.
Oh.
But it may have been in Charlotte. Not nice weather here.
Not nice weather.
Not nice weather for baseball either.
In the Big Ten, Purdue, they were winners over Cal State Fullerton. They're going to take on a solid Butler team today. And then, obviously, you got Michigan State, Syracuse.
Purdue, they lose their big man.
They did. Haas, they lost him for the rest of the tournament. Broke his elbow, fractured his elbow the other day. That hurts.
That hurts, but that's a good kid, man. You hate to see that.
And Purdue, that's just been Purdue.
It's hard on the team.
It is hard on the team. There we go. Cue that up. 9:13.
Hard on the team, yeah.
We made it 13 minutes, fellas, with intelligent conversation. Then it just went south.
Sometimes it swings.
Oh, then I just lost my train of thought. Oh, Big Ten. Ohio State. Where are they?
I believe Ohio State's a dog today.
Yeah, against a Gonzaga team that
Is
barely
Gonzaga
got
that big?
past. Gonzaga barely beat North Carolina Greensboro.
And barely.
Barely. So you got Ohio State, Gonzaga today. So it's going to be fun. Fun basketball, guys. Fun basketball. Did you guys fill out brackets?
And no, I did not fill out bracket.
I have UMBC taking it all.
Attaboy.
But how about how the TVs have it set up now where you can pop into all those different games? That's pretty nice.
That's pretty cool.
It's been like that for quite some time.
I don't think it was so easy though.
Yes,
was it?
Yeah.
Was it that easy last year?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Well, Yeah, maybe.
I don't remember all of them being on the screen. You can just hit a button and pull it up.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. They did that last year?
I mean, they got like 4 or 5 different TV stations.
You going to come talk to us? You? Cece, you might want to come talk to us.
CC wants to talk. Bring him on.
Cece won't talk to us.
Here's a microphone. You've got a microphone.
Maybe he'll take your dog out
Everybody
to
needs
go to
a-
the bathroom.
Just
There.
let my dog sit. He's doing well.
He's got.
doing no
Did,
mess.
did you see the green bow tie?
Oh yeah. Oh, Maggie.
You got one, too?
Maggie's got one too.
Oh,
Hers is not green though. Hers is come on,
Peppermint red.
multicolor thing. Yeah.
You guys.
Mauve.
I'll tell you,
So-
this is my wife's child, I believe. I mean, holy
so
cow.
neither of you filled out a bracket. So
No.
this conversation that's about to end, because I mean you don't know
What?
what's going on.
Well, I've been watching all of it.
If you would have filled out a bracket, who would you had winning? Seriously, not UMBC.
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Joe.
I probably would have taken Michigan State.
Okay, good job. Jump on
And they look good yesterday. That's
Did
for
they?
sure. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't think so.
You didn't think they look good?
Well, taking on a 14 seed and Bucknell, you think?
Well, they had it under control. Would have been fun if Big Ben Bracting was still at Bucknell.
That
We
would
could have
be
watched
fun.
him yesterday. That would have been fun.
We don't even have any. I guess. Gavin, did they make the NIT Ohio? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
So, no local kids playing, which that stinks.
Great commentary there, Scotty.
Yeah, hey. Well, you guys don't contribute.
They don't call you the best color man in the business for nothing.
They don't. Staying on the basketball side of things, we got Illinois high school championships going on over in Peoria.
Yeah.
Southeast representing the Central State 8.
Boy,
They
what
go
a big win.
big win over North Chicago.
Holy cow.
Went up to that game yesterday, and they're going to take on a Morgan Park team. Lincoln fans, you remember Morgan Park from a few years back? We were up by 13 and ended up losing. And
What was it? Up by 13 with like 5 minutes ago?
it was, and they just kind of hit that next gear, and we couldn't handle the pressure. And you know
what? Still pretty nice to get second
Boy,
place.
I tell you, talking trash about your father.
So,
I'm just
a lot of teams would like to have second place.
Absolutely. So they're going to take on a solid Morgan Park team today that's loaded with Division I talent. Obviously, you got IO.
Did they win it last year? Have they won it like 3 years in a row or something?
Yeah,
Morgan Park? It's amazing.
I don't know. Southeast tough though, man.
Let's hope Southeast gets them. That's fun. Southeast.
Yeah, that game's going to be at 1 o'clock today, fellas. So if you're not doing anything, head on up to Carver Arena. Good atmosphere there yesterday.
Did you watch both games?
I didn't stay for 4A. I just watched both 3A games.
And so how bad did Morgan Park win that game? That was like Belleville?
That was
Belleville?
no, that was they played Marion, Chicago Marion. Catholic school from up north. They were well represented yesterday, student section. That was fun. That atmosphere is just, championship atmosphere is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
You got people into it cheering. It's just,
How big of crowds were there?
there was obviously that place holds 12,000 people. There was a lot of seats open. The lower bowl was pretty much full. There's been talks where wanting to change it up, maybe move it to get more.
Sure.
But I don't see how you do that.
Yeah, well,
because
it's
not the Chicago teams.
You go back to the Lincoln being in there a few years back, and Lincoln really showed up well, whereas I feel like a lot of the other teams,
Morgan Park,
it was a lot more difficult for them.
They may have had 200 or 300 people there, if that. I mean, when they did something, you didn't even know they had fans there.
Yeah, it was a long trip for.
The IHSA would like to have us in it every year.
Oh, well, that year, or a team like us, absolutely.
I mean, that year that Limestone was there, it was packed. And there's been local teams there year and out, but just recently it seems like it's all the Chicago teams. So what do you do? How do you get them? I don't know that they have much of a following during the regular season. So if you do move it, are there still going to be fans? That I don't know.
That's exactly right. I mean, there's been many a games that Lincoln goes to away games and we outnumber their crowd by a significant amount.
Absolutely.
So and some of those teams are championship quality team.
And maybe
So,
they just, Morgan Park takes it for granted. You know, they expect a championship every year, and their fan base has declined.
that, and you know, the travel aspect of coming down here. You know, it's not near as easy as an hour drive for us. You know,
Right.
So,
Well, I mean, it's still
2.5
only a couple
hour
hours. Yeah. That's nothing. That's nothing.
I remember you talking about going to football games this year. About how big of a deal that was.
But that's not a championship game.
Oh, okay.
That's just a regular season.
All right.
So there, Jake.
There.
I mean, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
You do it.
The best name out there in the NCAA tournament is Rams Fats from Rhode Island.
That's not his real name.
No, I
He's
like
on
it.
the Rams,
Rams
and they call him
Fats.
Fats.
Rams Fats.
The Rams is Fats.
I like that. Rams
He's a
Fats.
freshman phenom.
You have to hope he plays football.
Phenomenon.
Yeah.
He does play football?
You have to hope he does.
Yeah, he
Because
does.
he's fat?
Because he can play.
It's just because that's the back of his jersey would be awesome.
It's a nickname. It's not his real name. So I don't think you can do that
He
unless
hate
you're in
me?
the XFL.
Oh, I like that.
Hey, that guy's
Hey,
making
that's
a
coming
comeback.
back. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it?
Kaepernick's
Yes.
going to be their number one quarterback.
I tell you
don't
what, they
think-
have some investors that are going to throw money at it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, as a side note, but did you guys see Kaepernick's little workout?
No.
He did a workout the other day and put it out there. It was horrible. It was so. I mean,
I did see some clips from that.
it was horrible. He's throwing a step behind. His arm speed is bad. His throws were bad.
His hair was bad.
It was just bad.
It would be a nightmare for.
There's people asking, "Hey, does he deserve a shot in the NFL?" I said, "Hell, he could be on there if he's a cornerback, maybe."
It would be a nightmare for any team that picked him up. I think, just as far as
Oh, I think he'd be a cancer.
everything that's went wrong.
It'd go bad
Think so?
quickly. Oh,
I
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They'd have to have stipulations. in
I'm
his
not saying he
contract.
can't play. I'm saying
Because he's not, I mean,
It's a
I don't
nightmare.
know. That's a whole nother show right there. But,
It probably beats the one we got going.
now we're
And
about
that's
to
a
get into
show.
politics.
And that's a
That is a show. That is.
Don't forget the women's basketball tournament also going on. fellas.
But back to that. Here's the thing: if he was good enough, he would be on a team, no matter what baggage he brought.
yeah.
If he was a quarterback,
Oh yeah,
that-
because the NFL they can have you sign contracts as anything.
yeah.
Well, there's some pretty bad.
They can say you can't go roller skating or you can't drive a pickup truck. You know,
Right.
they'll say anything, and if
can't-
they want to get rid of you, they'll just cut you.
There's some pretty bad quarterbacks out there, though. He could probably play.
There are, but once again,
Oh, I don't know.
How
He
about
was-
the Cardinals
he was
going
so
out and
bad.
picking up some?
what are the Cardinals doing?
I don't have any idea. You know, all I can think of is that that definitely means they're going to go out and get a rookie quarterback this year.
Oh, yeah?
and let Bradford for some reason mentor this cat into next year.
I tell you what, does that really?
Because that's the only way.
Does that really
Mentoring
happen
and,
anymore, though? I mean, you look at the
Mentoring?
Bears. Even the Bears' plan was to have this young cat come in and get some learning under his belt this year. Nope, throw
Well,
him right in there.
That's because you had Mike Glennon. What are you going to learn?
But that,
now we have
that was their plan.
Huh?
Now we have
now
Mike.
you have Mike.
But that was their. But am I wrong? That was
No,
their plan.
that's because
And a lot of teams are like that. You look at Tennessee,
It
you look
only-
at Tampa Bay. You look. I mean,
it only happens for a select. You know, they want the Green Bay Packers where Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre for 3 or 4 years or whatever it was.
Aaron
and
Rodgers.
learned the game.
Aaron Rodgers should have been the number 1 draft pick in that draft, or at least number 2. And for whatever reason, he dropped 1 pick before the Bears, and the Packers got him.
Yeah.
Well, my buddy Scotty Neese pointed out to
Oh,
me.
here we
he
go.
recently celebrated a birthday
Uh-huh.
that
He's a buddy.
the last quarterback that the Cardinals got from the Rams did pretty well.
That'd be Kurt Warner.
Oh, so you
Well-
know what? Who knows?
Kurt
Well,
Warner.
Bradford didn't come from
Sam
the Rams.
Bradford. Yeah. Well, yeah, he did.
I thought
That's
it came.
where he
I thought it was
started.
up in.
He was a
Minnesota
Minnesota. Well,
last
he
year.
went from the Rams to Minnesota.
Well,
The Rams drafted him early.
Jesus, is this like 6 degrees of separation?
Yeah.
Hold on, it's the NFL.
How many teams do you go through and be like, that guy, he
Yeah.
was a Jet back in the day.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
What he on the
was.
Phillies too, and the Rams, and who else was he on?
Pitched for the Mets.
Pitch for the Mets.
Yeah,
I believe he played outfield for the Yankees.
Might have been point guard for the Bulls too. We don't know. He's doing all right, Joe.
Yeah, he's okay.
Keep an eye on him. All
I
right.
think he heard Mama over
We're
there.
gonna take a commercial break so Joe can check on his kid here. We come back. We're gonna have members from the RailerThon on with us today. Their big weekend is coming up, and they're gonna tell us all about it, Jake. So stay tuned.
I'm staying tuned.
You're in the Cheap Seats 96.3 FM.
Get a pump, drop the water from above, standing here and there. This heat is hard to bear.
Sam, what's that song? You know that?
I couldn't tell you.
Stop it now.
Jim, don't do that ever again. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats 96.3 FM. We are live at Graue Chevrolet here on Kickapoo. Come out, get you a new vehicle. You guys in the market for a new vehicle? Mom and Dad, come out. Nice green car right there. No?
I'm good.
No. You guys basketball fans?
Of course.
Sam? Did you guys fill out a bracket?
I did.
Who do you have win it all?
I have Duke.
Duke?
I think they're the best starting five in the tournament. That's my opinion.
Where'd you have Virginia? Final Four?
I think I had them in the Elite Eight.
Elite Eight?
So,
Well, they're done.
yeah, that was crazy. Ridiculous game.
We got members of the RailerThon here with us this morning, and not only members, but Courier Citizens of the Month, guys. That's a pretty big deal. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty excited.
All right. Silence. We're on the radio, so unless you guys, talk, nobody's going to know you're here. So, all right.
Keep that in mind.
Next week's the big day.
Yep.
RailerThon. You guys have been putting in a lot of work. Tell us some of the things that are going on right now leading up to next week's event.
Right now, we're just prepping and getting donations and sponsors for the big event. Alice will tell you all about the events that we have so far.
Okay. Alice?
We'll be having laser tag, inflatables, cookie decorating, a photo booth. There will be face painting and henna tattoos, a petting zoo. We'll be playing a movie for the first 2 hours, and we've chosen Moana. There's going to be batting cages and a speed pitch, and there will also be fire truck rides.
Fire truck rides.
Yeah.
Nice. All this is taking place at the high school, correct?
Yes.
What's the admission to get in?
It's $5 for an overall entrance fee, but we're also having a special this year where you can pay $20 for a bracelet, and that'll get you access to everything except the big face painting and henna tattoos.
And these bracelets, compliments of CMN hospitals,
They're one of a kind.
miracles on the back, one of a kind. Nobody else has them.
Nobody else has
Just
them.
for this event.
Besides the people that ran the race.
Oh, so the race people got that, which was 2 or 3 weeks ago?
Yep.
And how was that? How'd that turn out?
Very successful. We had a huge turnout.
Okay. So that's it?
Yeah.
How many runners did you have? Do you know that? And then how much money was raised?
Roughly 130 runners, and then we managed to raise $4,000.
$4,000 just for that race.
Yes.
Now, you guys been doing other things. You've had 2 of these that you call them push days.
Yes.
So where you go out, and what exactly do you do on those days?
On our first push day that we had at the beginning of the year, we had students carry around jars around school and asking anybody to donate even the slightest amount of money, and then we managed to raise $4,000 off of that one. And then the one we just had on Wednesday was based off of online donations and outside of school donations, so we did not ask anybody at school, and we managed to raise $1,300.
Nice. So you guys are well above your mark from maybe last year. This is the second year, right, doing it? Would you want to just take this? Did you understand what she said?
Yes. We also have a dime challenge next week, which is in the school, and it's going to have a jar in each individual classroom, and every third-hour class will donate into that jar, and whichever class has the most money at the end of the week will win a donut party.
A donut party. You know who likes donuts?
All of you guys.
Well, what makes you think that?
I don't know. Donuts, coffee.
Lloyd likes donuts, and then if you were at the game a couple weeks ago, you'd see him eating a donut playing basketball at the same time. He's pretty talented.
That's a skill.
Yeah. Something else you guys are doing, you guys are creating teams, and these teams have to go out and recruit kids?
Yes.
Explain that a little bit.
We have a recruitment chair, and that gets students from our school involved in our event, because last year we were really like more focused on the community, so we want to try and draw high school students to our event and get involved and just see the difference that they've made, even like the slightest amount of donations that they've given at school, and like the candy sales we have, just like celebrate with us and see who they're helping.
And if they raise $50, they're a part of a member and they get to dance, or is that
That means
correct?
they get into the event for free.
Doesn't mean
and-
they're going to dance, though.
Well, of course, dance, because they raise $50, and then at the event we'll have a little dance in the end.
Okay. Sam, what do you contribute to this? Are you just the face of the operation?
You know, I just kind of listen to them, and they tell me what to do, and that's
And you just
know,
do it?
That's my job. Yeah.
You're learning. You
Right.
learn young. So next Saturday from 12 to 4 at the high school, $5 to get in, or $20 gets you in, and this bracelet here, which is unique, one of a kind.
A great deal.
A great
it's a
deal.
steal.
So what do you want to throw out there to the listeners about, to get them out there, bring your kids out there? I know there's a lot of activities going on, but and it's for a good cause, and obviously you're going to have kids from there, some kids that this is
4
going to
families,
benefit.
yep.
You're going to have 4 families.
4 families that have been treated at St. John's specifically,
Now those are probably local families, or do we know?
in the surrounding Springfield area.
Okay, so they'll be there kind of telling their story.
Yep,
and then,
every hour we'll have a family speak
okay.
and tell their story, and then we have like little activities in between, like a pie eating contest and stuff like that.
Nice. And now is our very own Joe Ryan, is he the MC again? Nice. And right now he's out taking care of his kid. As we can see, give him a big wave. Hey, Joe. And what's the dog's name? Maggie?
Archie.
Archie.
It's Jake's dog.
Oh, look at him. Something about sponsors.
Sponsors. I think we still have a list of things that are still needing potential sponsors. Alice has that.
Yeah, I got it. We still need sponsors for the pie eating contest, laser tag, the hospitality room, movies and popcorn, RailerThon crew t-shirts, event t-shirts for the first 100 entries, a concession stand, and the inflatables.
Now, you say sponsors, you just need them to kind of donate money so you can get these things, or do you need them to actually
Just-
provide them?
Just sponsor them by providing the money, and they don't even have to do it fully. They can do a co-sponsorship. But we also already got our event t-shirts for the first 100 sponsored by Joe Ryan Country Financial. What a great guy.
He is a great guy.
Yeah.
He does everything.
That was last minute.
Okay, and see, so you need, who's going to be making these pies, and what kind are they? Are they just a big pile of whipped cream?
Chocolate pie with whipped cream on top.
Okay, so you need sponsors for that.
Yes.
Okay, and what else? Laser tag. Where are you getting the laser tag equipment?
Noon and True Value in Springfield.
Okay. Now, are they obviously going to donate that, or do you have to rent it?
Well, we need sponsors for it still, so
Well, they can just give it to you for free.
we
That's the way I'm looking at it. Isn't that how it works?
in some instances it works like that, but in this instance it doesn't.
Oh, well. Poo on them. And then this is Joe's favorite. I'm surprised he's not sponsoring this one. Hospitality room. Are you sure he's not on there anywhere?
He's the t-shirts.
Oh, t-shirts. Well, hospitality room's his thing. Whenever we go to a tournament and there's a hospitality room, Joe's on it. And if you'd watched some of our previous broadcasts, there's a little tribute to him. So, have you guys seen that yet? The Seinfeld thing? No? Okay, well, you guys don't go to our Cheap Seats page or what? No?
No, I'm sorry.
Wow, man, that hurts my feelings.
Occasionally.
Okay, so any other details you want to throw out there?
Oh yes, we also have a vendor fair, which will have a lot of vendors that were at our race as well. And then we also have a huge silent auction, which we are still looking for donations, and hopefully Jake's Furnishing will donate a great accent chair like he did last year.
Wow, right on the spot. Attaboy.
And we have a build your own t-shirt station on site, so you can design your own railer wear
Nice.
at the event.
So bring your checkbooks, because there's, a lot of things.
A day of fun.
A day of fun, Bring your kids. There's all kinds of things to do. A petting zoo. Where is that, outside, or is that going to be right on the gym floor?
Yeah, that would never happen.
That would never happen?
It's in Doc Penny's room, which is right by the gymnasium.
Okay, back in the ag. Okay. So what kind of animals are we going to have there?
Alice.
Do we know?
I do not know at the moment, but when we talked about it, I think she said like goats, rabbits, bunnies, the usual.
The usual.
Archie. Joe
Miss
Ryan's son.
The dog. I don't know. Joe may not want to bring him. He doesn't want him to get around all them people. He might get sick. Well, this is the last time before the big show, so if there's any other information or, something you want to get out there to pump these people up to get on out there for a good cause, say it now.
Yeah, we're actually having a service auction, so multiple RailerThon members will be up for auction to do a service for, any community member that, bids on us. And, I think Isaiah Bowers, Titus Cannon, and I are going to put on a 3 1-hour sessions for basketball practice clinic. So work on the fundamentals.
There you go.
I'm also having me, Autumn Hofer, and Maggie Hanger do 5 hours of gardening of whenever you choose. Also, I'm making 3 dozen shrimp or pork and vegetable egg rolls for whoever bids on me.
I will be making cupcakes.
You got to phrase that right, or you're going to get us in trouble here. So there's a service auction. They auction for your services. So it's like, starts out at $50 and $100, $200, and then you guys are going to come and do their gardening, do the weeding for 5 hours. Now, can we spread that 5 hours over the whole summer, or is it 5 hours?
One-time usage, 5-hour period.
Man.
But there's.
Oh, she's shaking her head. No.
Just 5 hours, get over with.
No, need you for a half hour every Saturday to weed the garden.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That'll hurt my back for a long, long time.
It's a service. It's for a good cause.
We also have a lot of unique services like piano lessons,
Oh.
dog walking, dog sitting, babysitting. Just a bunch of-
Babysitting would be huge.
babysitting.
I mean, because babysitters are hard to find. And that would be a big one.
Take the
Somebody
opportunity.
could donate some babysitting services. Sam?
I mean, I think I'll be all
Sam's
tied
down
up with
for
the-
anything. He'll
yeah.
do anything.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
guys, thanks for coming in today. Next weekend, 12 to 4 at the high school. It's going to be a great thing. Second year doing it.
Second, yep.
Now, I know you're a senior.
Yeah.
What grade are you guys in?
I'm a senior.
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 Now, who's taking over the reins next year? Do we know?
Haven't quite
them.
figured that out.
Because you guys, kind of started it, so now you got to find somebody to keep it going. You don't want it to go down, just go up.
We have a couple of potential people in mind. We just have to see where they're at.
See where they're at. And,
Takes a lot of time and dedication.
oh, it does, and you appreciate it, and that's why you guys are Courier Citizens of the Month. People they recognize that, and that's a big honor to be, nominated as a citizen. So, all right, next Saturday, 12 to 4, high
Be
school,
there.
RailerThon. Be there.
Or be squared.
Or be squared. Yes. All right, we're going to take a commercial break. We come back. We're going to talk some baseball, so stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM.
Traveling in a Friday Combi on a hippie trailhead full of zombies.
Welcome back.
And we're back.
Oh, hey.
Lady,
Hey.
Welcome back, sports fans.
It's funny you play that. I got a little Aussie
Yeah.
at my house right now from down under.
I thought it was St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. She came in.
Thank you.
Come from a land down under.
And I think,
Well, there's
I
yes,
Wow.
Here
finally
comes
some
Mr.
intelligence
Grau.
to the show.
Thank
think
goodness.
Ryan, I tried getting your attention a couple minutes ago, but you were deep in conversation.
I was busy.
He was
I'm
out.
busy.
He had to take his dog outside for a walk.
Is your dog still here?
No, we ran him off.
What kind of dog is it?
Pain in the
Kickapoo, I
backside.
believe.
Yep.
It was called.
We're a family of dog lovers.
I know. Your son and I are out there. He wants one. I think you need to
Do
get him
you
another.
carry your dog in a little backpack?
He has. Don't you lie to us.
One would and one would not. It'd have to be an awful big backpack for the other dog.
I'm in the same boat.
We got a 15-year-old Shih Tzu at home and a
Oh, yeah. That's
5-year-old Border Collie Beagle mix. And We love dogs. We love all dogs.
Yeah. Well, I
Dogs are
kept
a
him
great
out of the
part
showroom
life.
floor. I didn't know. he had
Oh, hey,
problems
we
here.
got milk bones in the
we
in
missed
the
that.
lounge in here and bowls for him.
Michelle just took off.
We're
go-
dog friendly.
Go get your dog, Joe. Chris, you got a sheet there in front of you. I know you've got some good deals going on out here, and we're just kind of admiring this car right beside you. Love that color.
That's a 2017 Lacrosse. That's a beautiful
cross.
car.
It is. That's a sharp.
That is a
when
Lincoln Railer car, right?
Dark
That's a
forest
beautiful
green.
color. Yeah, that's
when
a
you
good color.
when you say Buick, just on my age group, Buicks aren't like the Buicks in the past.
No,
when you say
they've,
Buick, that's an old person car. But I tell you what, this thing's pretty sharp.
They've really stepped up their game, and they're not the stodgy old four-door sedan that they used to be. Lots of technology built into them with the Apple CarPlay and the collision avoidance and all the creature comforts that they add. And that's a really, really beautiful car. It just needs a home.
They've done a good job advertising the change of the Buick. You know,
Oh, sure.
Some advertisers don't do a thing for you. They really have done a good job with that. Boy,
We've
that's
got a new Regal and a new Regal Sport Wagon that's just come out that should shake the market up just a little bit. And we do have a number of really, really good deals going on some new Chevrolets this month. Can I run down the list real quick?
Absolutely. Well, this is the time where it starts getting nice out, and people are looking for new vehicles. So let's show
Boy,
them.
a little change in the weather. Boy, day before yesterday it was darn near 60, and
Now it'll be
cold
back
and
here
rainy.
tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be back. It'll
Good
be
old
back.
Illinois.
It'll be back. This month, this was this rebate or this incentive was introduced just at the beginning of the month, but they had such good luck with it they decided to extend it to the end of the month. 20% off 2018 Impalas and 2018 Sonics. We have a Sonic in stock that qualifies for that rebate, and if my memory serves me correctly, it's nearly $4,100 off on that Sonic. Wow. Really, really good deal. We have 5 2018 Impalas in stock that'll qualify for that. Varying colors and varying equipment. Also this month, you can lease a 2018 Cruise for $169 a month or a 2018 Trax for $169 a month. Lease a 2018 Malibu for $189 a month. Lease a 2018 Equinox for $199 a month. Or lease a 2018 all-new, completely redesigned Traverse for $259 a month. So really, pick your payment. Tell us what your budget is. We can get you in there somewhere. We have payment ranges all the way from $169 to $259.
Now you
That's
talk about leasing. I know that kind of scares a lot of people away. Go on. You tell us a little bit about who leasing would be good for. I mean,
well, the biggest key on leasing is to make sure that your driving style isn't going to change during the term of the lease. If you can stay under on the miles, you'll be just fine. If your driving style or if your habits are going to change through the term of the lease and your mileage is going to go up, might want to stay away from it. You can pre-purchase miles ahead of time at a lower price, but if you get to the end and you've gone over mileage, there is a charge at the end. But it's a really good way to get into a nicer vehicle, know exactly what your payment, what your responsibility is going to be all the way through the term of it, either 24, 36, or 39 months. When you purchase a car, does anybody really know what their car is going to be worth at the end of 60 months? No. With a lease, you know exactly going into it. In a closed-end lease, there's responsibility at the beginning that you're going to have to put some money down. But then each month, it's $169 through $259. You know exactly what it's going to cost you. And if you do go and turn the lease in and there's damage to it, just like you would with a retail purchase, if the vehicle has damage or needs tires or this or that, you're responsible for that at the end of the lease. But it is a good way to get into a more expensive vehicle for less money.
And leasing got a bad name years ago, right? Because there was some upside downness in it.
Well,
and then it seemed to change.
There was, and when the financial crisis happened in 2008, 2009, and 2010, leasing kind of stopped, but now it's started to come back. They've changed the rules on it. They've changed the residuals, and the car companies are really incentivizing leases at this point where they're offering more money. It's like a rebate. It's called cost reduction. Capitalized cost reduction is what they do to put more money in the lease up front to lower the lease payment. But you know exactly what you've got. You know what your responsibility is at the beginning and then all the way to the end.
Is it like a law now or whatever that they have to tell you what that car could be worth your residual after these 3 years.
In a closed-end lease, yes. Yeah. What you don't want to get into is an open-end lease because they don't do a residual value. They determine the value at the end of the lease. So you're kind of open. But that's kind of what you do when you purchase a vehicle is you really don't know what the car is going to be worth at the end of your financial contract.
So at the end of that lease, you can either give the car back or
turn the car in. If you want to come back in, you got really got three options. You turn the car back in and walk away and lease another one. Turn the car in and then repurchase it back if you want to. So really two options. It's a really, as I said, it's a good way to get into a nicer or more expensive vehicle for the same or less money.
Well, Jake was eyeballing the truck out there, the 100th anniversary Chevy Silverado.
Yes, GM is celebrating, or Chevrolet celebrating the 100th anniversary of Chevrolet trucks, and I've studied a little bit about that. And the Chevy started in 1911. We had the 100th anniversary 6 years ago, which was kind of interesting. And the pickup truck didn't actually come around until 2018, and it was built as they took a car chassis at one of the factories, and they needed to move stuff around the factory. So they took a car chassis and just the cab, took the body off, and then laid wood planks across the back so that they could load stuff on the back. And they thought, this works pretty good at the factory. Why don't we try this with the general public? And so I think the concept of the pickup truck has kind of caught on.
And some sharp trucks. And I'll tell you, if you're a Lincoln Railer fan and you're looking for a car, that's it right there. What color is that, RJ?
It's deep forest green.
Deep forest green. It's beautiful.
Why don't you take it home with you?
Neil Alexander needs to
You know what? He'd look good rolling
That's his
around
color.
that.
You know, that's his color. He every van he's had, it's been
the school should buy that, and it should be the athletic director's car to drive everywhere.
You know, I think I think a couple big Lincoln Railer guys on the side of that would look really good.
Yeah. That's
some
cool.
red and green pinstripes.
That's a cool car.
I totally agree. Let's make it happen.
Here.
Let's make that, Jim. Can we make that happen?
All you have to do is talk to the board.
Oh, hey, I got one more rebate program in all the stuff that we just talked about were all sales. But in our service department, there is a huge rebate on tires. Traditionally, if we introduce a $100 rebate on a set of tires, it's a big deal. We had a $100 rebate November, December last year, and we set a record selling tires with that rebate in December. Through the end of this month, if you have a GM Buy Power card, a credit card, through General Motors and through Chase Financial, if you purchase tires and use your GM Buy Power card to pay for those tires, you get a $200 rebate, up to a $200 rebate. Depending on what set of tires you purchase, the rebates are doubled on all those sets of tires.
That's pretty good.
The $200 rebate's the highest one, and then they have other rebates that, depending on what style or type brand of tires you purchase, the rebate can be a little bit less, but $200 on a set of tires is pretty good.
That's pretty good. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it won't be long, not changing the subject, but it won't be long, there'll be stuff cooking out here, right?
Huh?
Won't there be some meat going on here pretty quick?
Kind of hoping there'll be something cooking out here today.
Actually, there is the mother load of barbecue is cooking right now for Boy Scout.
For Boy Scouts, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Over at Second Baptist Church, the guys in the troop, I think they put on, it's 825 pounds of fresh pork shoulder and butts that are being cooked right now.
Wow.
I've kind of stepped away from the troop.
You were big in that for a long time.
Oh, yeah. I don't have any kids in the Boy Scout troop anymore, so I'm helping them just kind of as an advisor, and they've got my cooking trailer over there. We knew it was going to be cold this weekend. They need a place to get out of the weather a little bit, so the trailer's over there. There's a place to be able to huddle in and stay warm. But anyway, they'll have tickets available at the door, 10:30 to 2 at the Lincoln KC, $7.50 for a 5-ounce pulled pork barbecue sandwich, Charlie Lee's famous baked beans, potato salad, and coleslaw. Now, the thing about the Charlie Lee's famous baked beans, they weren't famous until Boy Scout Troop 102 said they were.
There you go.
It's all about marketing.
We got to give Joy in the deli at Lincoln IGA credit. Charlie Lee just waves a wooden spoon over him. Joy is the one that makes him famous and makes him good. Brown sugar and bacon makes those things good.
It's always the person behind the scenes.
Oh, you betcha.
That's exactly right.
Chris, you're a basketball fan. You following up on March Madness?
Just started. I didn't pay much attention to college basketball this year. I tell you what, the person that's really head over heels about college basketball, especially a tournament, is my wife.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Really?
She's the big basketball fan in our house, and we're just getting ready. Neither one of us did did brackets this year, but we're going to pay pretty close attention. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens there.
It's pretty exciting. There's been some upsets, and yeah, it's
March Madness is fantastic. I just love watching those tournaments. It's a good deal.
Yep, it's fun.
All right. Well, any closing notes? Anything you want to get out there?
No, you got
a big event coming up in June, and it's already March.
Pigs and Swigs are coming up. Our committee started meeting in January, and we got some stuff that we're planning. We got one thing that we're trying to possibly add. Can't really talk about it yet. Maybe next time I get on in a month or so, we'll discuss that. We're trying to add another event to our event downtown that I think will be a big hit that would involve our four-legged friends.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, nice.
This time of year, it seems like the used product is moving a little quicker. Is that the case this year for you as well?
Tax time is really big this time of year. When people start getting their tax returns, the lesser priced or more inexpensive vehicles become very, very popular.
It's almost hard to get them up on the website, I bet.
$4,000 to $10,000 vehicles are the hardest ones for us to. In the used market, that's the most popular one. It's the hardest ones for us to get, and especially this time of year when people are becoming a little bit more flush with tax returns, those vehicles for a second vehicle or a vehicle for their first driver or new driver in their household, that price line vehicle has become very popular.
All right. Good stuff, RJ.
All right, good
They're
deal.
priced to move out here, aren't they? They're priced to move.
Yes.
Priced to move.
I saw
Come on out.
Todd Cece sitting over at his desk ready to go.
Pencil in hand.
Yeah,
He's ready to go. He's ready to go.
He's going to crunch some numbers.
Yes, he is.
That's what we're after.
Oh, you're going to do some crunching today?
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Numbers crunching.
You going to get rid of that Dodge and get you one of them Chevys there?
No, that Dodge, I think.
Did you park that thing out back? Oh, wait.
You don't even want it out back.
Dave Levy's outside towing it away right now.
I brought you one a few years ago that you shouldn't even parked it on your lot. And his is worse than that.
Hey, how's the new traffic pattern out there since the McDonald's moved? Has that added anything to your headache?
It's
I see
it's an experience.
I see the Joe Ryan sign there on the shed.
Yep,
what
that's
great product placement.
That is exactly for that reason.
Have you gotten a rent check from him yet?
Yeah.
Several.
Actually, several.
I'm not sure any of them went through.
Huh.
But no, that the traffic patterns are different. It is a little clogged up there at the front, but you know what? It's good exposure, and having a brand new building right there as opposed to the old building that was kind of falling in. It's real nice. I mean,
I noticed the crane was there yesterday? Did anything happen with the Tropic sign?
They're working on the Tropic sign. Yeah.
Is it going up soon? I haven't heard any updates on it.
Sounds like it.
Fantastic.
I was told it was done, but I don't know if there's anything about putting it up.
Well, they had the crane crew out there yesterday. They were measuring bolt patterns and stuff, so I'm assuming they're going to be putting it up here.
That's
real
cool.
Yeah, that's very
That's
cool.
very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Well, speaking of traffic patterns, it is a good pattern from your door to McDonald's right there. Short little
My employees absolutely love it.
There.
Oh, yeah.
I have not actually partaken, but my employees absolutely love it.
They love it.
They love, and my daughters after school on Mondays really enjoy it.
So do you. Go get supper, kids.
Oh no.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Better not. You don't want to say that.
Nope. Cut.
Cut. All right. Thanks for tuning in. We're at Graue Chevrolet. Next week's the big week for RailerThon, so get on out to the high school. Help those kids out from 12 to 4. It's for a great cause. Bring your checkbooks. Bring your kids. A whole line of activities going on. Where are we going to be next week? We're going to be at Four Corners Loop. The weather's getting nice, so
we're going to test drive some mowers.
We're going to test drive.
There you go.
You need a new mower, Husqvarna? Yeah.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Always look to upgrade.
All right. Well, let's go.
All right, guys.
Michigan
Thanks
State.
for having me.
Michigan
Thanks,
State.
Chris Graue.
We need a victory. We need to go all the way. Virginia. You guys are done. Thanks for tuning in.
Goodbye, Virginia.
Good day.